Hi everyone. I'm going to start out talking about week 4 of 4033. Here are the learning outcomes, discussing understanding reading skills that we need or strategies for success in reading informational texts, about determining reading competencies and interest of students, individual students, instructional strategies to use with nonfiction informational text, and really any kind of nonfiction or I'm going to say expository text. It might be information found in a magazine, a trade book, on a website, in an article, any of those things, a newspaper. And then developing a repertoire for reading comprehension skills. We'll go back to the week 4 assignments. You're asked to read Chapter 8 in the Chapman and King text and read through the before strategies and the tools and more tools Allen flip charts. There's a list of what strategies you need to read through in the candidate guide. View the PowerPoint about why use read alouds. Upload the strategy presentation video to the discussion forum that you posted your topic about on week 2. And your topic should be your strategy and your first and last names in the body of the forum. And you're going to write a brief description on the lesson, including look-fors. We need to know why we're viewing. That's due by Thursday at midnight. And then watch the videos of at least 2 classmates and comment on what you saw happening. Then I will assess the students, and as far as classmates go, you just need to be able to comment about the strategies that you see being used and the look-fors that you're asked to pay attention to. So we're going to go on down here. Here's the Why Use Read Alouds PowerPoint presentation I just mentioned. Here's the strategy rubric that will be used for your strategy presentation. You'll notice that there are elements for name, purpose, explaining, modeling, involving the class, and the video itself. So it's pretty easy to get that first 4 points. All you have to do is name the strategy. And for the next element, you need to clearly give the purpose of the strategy. For the next one, you're going to thoroughly explain, give an example of the strategy, and model the strategy. For the class involvement element, you'll need to involve the students by having them engage in using the activity. So you're going to be involving whether it's that single child or that small group or that whole group. That will show that. For the video, you also need to post the permission that you got for students and need to upload the video correctly. The permission, you can email that to me. The video uploaded correctly means that you need to make sure if you put that on YouTube that it's marked as public, not private, to get it to work. And I would highly encourage you, if you're not used to doing these kinds of assignments and videos and dropping them in, that you practice with that a little bit first. So that night when it's due, you're not frantically emailing worry about because it's not going on right. Because it'll save yourself the stress. So your forum is, as I've already mentioned, your strategy presentation video. Pretty much the same thing is written here that I explained to you a little earlier. And the forum for this week 4 is to post your topic of the next strategy video that you're going to be doing. So the directions are exactly the same as what you did for posting in week 2 your strategy, and then actually posting your video in week 4. This particular video that you're posting the strategy for, or excuse me, you're posting the information on in week 4 will be due week 6. So we're going to go ahead and look into week 5. For week 5, here are your learning outcomes. I'm not going to bore you with reading those to you. And here are your assignments. Reading chapter 3 in the Chapman and King text. Read the reading strategies and the tools and more tools flip charts that are included in the candidate guide for week 5. And keep in mind that many of these strategies can be used in more than one portion of a reading process. For example, if you use a KWL chart, you would have that before, when you see what knowledge they have already that they bring to the table, during, while you're actually doing the learning part, what you're learning during the lesson, and after for what you learned. And then you're going to be posting in the discussion forum and responding to a classmate, and you're going to upload your annotated bibliography assignment. So you'll notice, and I mentioned this in an earlier video for you, just in the intro, your annotated bibliography assignment directions. And I've kind of went over this before. I'm not going to go over this ad nauseum, but I'm going to encourage you to read it very carefully and make sure you keep the rubric close by to know what to do with that. You'll notice that here are examples of the annotated bibliography. Here's a sample. You'll notice how within each section, the author's names are alphabetized by last name. Be sure to look up information for how this works in the OWL guidelines for Moodle. Actually, you can just go in and Google Purdue OWL and it gives you all the guidelines. So here are rubrics for both the ECE, MCE, and the AYA and MA bibliography rubric, excuse me. So I'm not going to bother opening these all up because you're going to open up the one that applies to you for your certification area. Here are trade books that you can use. Well, sites that list many trade books that you can use as you're working on this assignment. Here you'll notice that the annotated bibliography assignment is due by Friday at midnight, and your week 5 forum is due by Wednesday at midnight. I think we'll go ahead and stop right here. And then in the next video, I'll be talking with you about the remaining weeks. I hope you have a great week.